Hey everybody, Gisele Grenier here. So I'd like to do a little bit of a talk today, not really a tutorial, but I received an email from, well, it's not just one email, I've received a couple of emails, and the theme is kind of the same because I've been doing so much paint pouring because I've basically learning, getting into it, finding tips and tricks and stuff like that, things that work, things that don't. Um, Somebody actually, well, she emailed me and basically said that she was starting to do some paint pouring, and a friend of hers said that's not really art, you're just pouring paint onto a canvas. And she kind of felt bad because she really enjoyed it. So I talked to her basically saying, if you take something from here, use this to make something, it's art. Okay. Then I started seeing, then from there, as I was doing more and more, because I don't edit out my mistakes, people were asking me questions and stuff like that. And where the thing is that people are saying that, paint pouring really isn't art. Who says? If you go back to masters, old masters, and even to more the current ones, Jackson Pollock, I mean, some people said his stuff wasn't really art because the way he was throwing paint on, but holy moly, his stuff was beautiful. Art is subjective. What I like may not be what you like, and what you like may not be what I like. That doesn't mean it's not art. So I wanted to show you a few pieces that I've done with paint pouring and what I like, what I don't like, and basically why I think it's art. So if we go down to the table, now some of these are really shiny, so I'll kind of tilt them. So you can see this is a kind of a dark piece, it's got beautiful cells, and these are all done on canvas. And this I was experimenting using liquid glass on top, and I've got some different marks and all these different things. And this one here I used a crackling medium. Look at that crackling piece on top. This one I was experimenting using metallics and shimmer. This one had really thick metallic paint. I love these. I was experimenting with the actual varnish, which I don't like matte varnish on anything like this. It's got to be gloss. On rocks, these are the ones that really turn my crank here. And they weren't done anything specific. These were done from when doing the pours. The paint that ran off onto the table, I just took pieces of watercolor, whatever paper I had cut up, put it in, just threw it on, pushed, and lifted it off, and this is what I got. What I like about these especially is that I can use them for other things. Same thing with these. I can create another painting on top of these if it hasn't been varnished. These are beautiful. Now I did them small because they were for classes, and small abstracts are nice, but their abstracts are more beautiful on a much larger scale. But I can't film. I'm not set up to film something that massive, but that's where it's really beautiful. Especially ones like this. I mean, looks like a a map of the earth type of thing. I can't even say the word. But they're beautiful, and like I said, these are great for inchies, twinchies, bookmarks, magnets. These have all been varnished, but if they're not varnished, I mean, look at that. Think of that. Can you imagine that on a large scale, on a large piece? But they're beautiful. So if you, like I said before, if you take an idea from here, use this. Even if you don't use hands, you use your feet, or you just, pour stuff, and it doesn't matter. If you take something that you have an idea from here and make something out of it, why can't you call it art? If you check back on all the old masters of what they came up with, I mean, they were the start of all the different styles that are known today. I will admit though, when I was much younger, before I went to art school, a lot of the abstracts I looked at, where somebody just made a mark like this, and I didn't understand why the thing was selling at that time, why it was selling for $500,000, because it looked like something a kindergarten student, just making it like a half a star. I didn't get it. At that time, I didn't know. It was how popular the artist was. Once an artist is dead, they're worth a lot more money. But I didn't know art was valued also by who the artist is, whether they're live, whether they're dead, who they, celebrities now are making art and it's valued whether they have talent or not. It doesn't matter. They're making something from idea from here and making something, it's art. Where I get really angry and frustrated is I see, especially on Instagram and Facebook, not so much because I'm not on Facebook a lot, where somebody will post a picture of an abstract that they've done. It's beautiful. Some of them may not be my flavor of style, but I love the creativity that went to it, and somebody says that's not art. And that is so frustrating because you don't know what that person went through to make that piece of art. I did a paint pour on a clay pot. It's gorgeous. I absolutely love it. I'm going to make someone with all the different colors. It's gorgeous. These earrings I'm wearing, they're paint poured with resin. Because when I do my jewelry using resin because of the permanence. So paint pouring using with jewelry, because it's so unique. You can do 10 different, you can have 10 different canvases and do the same pour, and it's going to be different every single time. It's totally unique. So if somebody says to you, with the pours, whether you do it on the canvas or you create a skin and then use the skin in art, anybody that says that what you're doing is not art, tell them, okay, then we have to do, tell them, okay, you show me how you make that and make it into art. What would you do to turn this into art? And then watch them shut up and go, I don't know. Okay, so don't be discouraged when we're learning and you're learning abstracts, paint, pour. It doesn't matter. If you've taken something from your imagination and put it down and have something tangible out of it, if you think it's art, that's all that matters. All right? So I would love to see pieces that, if you don't think it's art, if it's, I'm not talking about if you think something's more of a hobby. I'm talking about you've made something. So I would like to see pictures of something that you've made that you don't think is art. I would like to see those pictures posted in the comments below, in the community, and post the pictures. And I am willing to bet 101% every single picture that's posted, unless you purposely do something that's not art just for the fact of trying to prove me wrong, I bet you everything, all the pictures that are posted will be classified as art, and every single member of the community will also back me up to say the same thing. All right, so that's your challenge. I want to see pictures of something you've created that you don't think is art. Post it in the community and let's prove you wrong. Alrighty, so until I see you next time, stay inspired.